Hello, I'm Bliznub, and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Ogris, as this delightful weapon has a shiny new mod, and I feel like this really has deserved a spotlight on my channel, so we'll dive right in. Now, the Ogris has nothing spectacular. Its charge and fire rate are both relatively poor. Crit chance and status chance are both not worth building into, and the reload and mag size are also fairly poor as well. What this weapon does have is a fair amount of base damage, with 650 blast in an AoE. This is, of course, a missile launcher. Rocket launcher? Oh, the rocket launcher. And so we're getting quite a large AoE blast damage, so this is definitely a crowd control weapon. And that's pretty much what we have to build. Now, traditionally, this would be what is referred to as a rainbow build on the Ogris, which I appreciate that's a very dated term nowadays, but it basically means that you throw every element and every damage mod on there and just you get the maximum damage possible. And honestly, that still works. So my B page, if we see here, is a very traditional rainbow build, just missing out on the heavy caliber, and I'll explain why in a second. Yes, heavy caliber, and I'll explain why in a second. And we're getting about 15,000 damage in blasting corrosive on the weapon, with of course Firestorm to increase our blast radius, as this is an AoE weapon. We're going for crowd control. Blast radius is of course a massive improvement to the weapon. And we have speed trigger on here to improve our charge rate and fire rate. And honestly, 15,000 damage is great. It is. You know, nowadays with sortie level enemies and the simulacrum, meaning that we're a little jaded towards anything that can't instantly one-shot everything we look at, we do have to appreciate 15,000 damage is still quite a lot, and it being in blasting corrosive is very useful to us. But if this isn't quite enough damage for you, then you're going to need a 7th former. I'm just saying that straight off the bat. Stick a heavy caliber where the speed trigger is, and you will have the kind of damage you're looking for. But it's a very expensive build, and personally, I'm never going to put a heavy caliber on this weapon, because most weapons, when you stick a heavy cal on, the accuracy, if it starts at 100, goes down to about 18. On this, it does something altogether a bit different. It goes down to 1.7. To put that in real terms, assuming you have split chamber on, your two missiles are going to come out of the weapon at a 30, somewhere in a 30-degree cone from where you were pointing it at. Of course, there's still a chance for it to land pinpoint on the pixel you were pointing it at, but it's a fairly low chance. With heavy cal on this, there is quite a good chance you will hit the cover you are hiding next to and kill yourself. I didn't mention that yet, did I? Yeah, the Ogris can kill you. This weapon's a load of fun. Now, we have a different build here. Again, getting about 15,000 damage, slightly less than the other. But this build is working on hilarity. This build is hilarious, and that's the only defense I can come up with for it. So we start off with Serration and Split Chamber and Heavy Cal for damage, and then we have Firestorm for blast radius, and we have Nightwatch Napalm, a shiny new mod that does damage based only on base damage mods, so these three over here, over 6 seconds and across 90% of the explosion area, which is of course helped by Heavy Caliber and Firestorm, and that is delightful. And then we have Stormbringer and Infected Clip, or two elements of your choice, up here for a little bit more damage, because honestly the 5,300 blast we're getting off this isn't fantastic. The Stormbringer does help us quite a lot. And we have Adhesive Blast on here. It's just funny, okay? The Adhesive Blast, it will become apparent why I've put that on in a minute, but it's just for the sake of being funny. Now let's test this thing out, and I probably should have set this up first, but we're going to test it out on some... Oh no, heavy gunners. Drekar heavy gunners? Are they that? There they are. Let's get a nice crowd of these going on at a level 80. Because like I say, this probably won't handle last tier sortie enemies. And today's sortie was just not appropriate for testing this. But it will definitely handle enemies of this caliber. So if I charge it up, and as you can see, the charge rate without speed trigger is very slow. Adhesive Blast gives us delayed explosions, and the rockets stick to them. Even when they run around, and it's amazing. They will, of course, still stick to the floor, and it's a little bit hard to see them, but those are the rockets there. And they're just amazing. They really are. And it means that, you know, whilst I can just plaster an area with napalm like that, oh crap, like that, I can also stick these to a Grineer and then just watch as they run around, not knowing entirely what's going on, and then burst into flames. Like I said, this page, probably not the best damage output you'll ever see, but it really brings a smile to my face, and I can't put a value on that. That is just so good. Anyhow, I'm going to quickly go and show you the other page. Like I say, that one's probably not going to kill much. It's very inaccurate, and whilst it does deal the same damage as the other page, that inaccuracy means it's a little hard to get that effective DPS out. The delayed explosions from adhesive blast also don't help. So with this page, we are pinpoint accurate with that 100 accuracy. And thankfully the charge rate is a lot faster. And so we can really see the difference. We can get out those rounds much quicker. We can get headshots with them if we really want. Although bear in mind this is a AoE weapon, so I'm not actually sure how that calculates headshots. I believe that that automatically doesn't do headshot damage. But I shall look that up after this video and post it down in the description, because I'm sorry, I should know that. Wow. And yeah, as I said, this is a weapon that you can kill yourself with. If they run towards you at the inappropriate moment, you are so very dead. But definitely a very powerful weapon. Nowadays, I do feel like the Ogris can't quite compete with some of the other blast weapons. I definitely would say the Tonkor or something like that is more powerful than it. But it is well deserving of a couple former and a good play around. This weapon is a lot of fun. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly strange build. As always, I'm Bliznub, and this is... Wait, no, that's not my outro. God damn it! Where was I? Ah, yes. As always, like and comment below, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm Bliznub, and this is the Ogris.